Alright, subpart C, requirements for the information intermodule equipment provided with the motor carrier with operating intermodule equipment. 39040, responsibility intermodule equipment provided under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulation in the Title 49, CFR Part 350 through 399, intermodule equipment provider. Intermodule provided with the identifying of the operation Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration filing MSCA 1 required with 39201 marked intermodule equipment US dot number is required with the 39221 before tendering an equipment for the motor carrier. Systematically inspection repair with the maintain call for the systematically inspect the repair and maintenance in a manner consistent with 396.3a applicable to the intermodule equipment. The intent of the interchange of the motor carrier to provide intermodule equipment and attentive of the interchange that is safe for the proper operating condition, maintain the system of the driver vehicle, the inspection report submitted with the intermodule equipment provided required by 39611 of the chapter. Maintain system of the inspection maintenance records of the requirement 3963B3 with the charge of the chapter of the equipment and of the interchange of the motor carrier, periodically inspection of the interchange required with 39617. If facilities in which the intermodule equipment they provide with the makes of the intermodule equipment available, the interchange have procedure play for the provide sufficient play for the driver to perform pre-trip inspection tender intermodule equipment. The facilities at which the intermodule equipment provider makes the intermodule equipment available, the interchange the development and implement procedure repair equipment, the damage effects deficiencies part of the pre-trip inspection to replace the equipment prior to the driver's departure. Repairments and replacements must be made after being notified with the driver such damage, the defects of deficiency. Refrain from placing intermodule equipment on the surface of public highways with equipment that has been found to be posed with the amendment it has defined in 38672B3 of this chapter. Alright, 39040T, responsibility intermodule equipment provided have the under Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, Title 49, Parts 350 through 399. The intermodule equipment provider must identify the operation Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration filing MCS 150C, the required in 399.19. Intermodule T using intermodule equipment US dot required with the 39021T before tending grant equipment with the motor carrier systematically inspection repair to maintain the cover the systematic inspect the repair maintain in a manner consistent with the 396.3A1 chapter applicable to the intermodule equipment. The intent of the interchange of the motor carrier to provide intermodule equipment. The intent of the interchange of the safe the proper operation condition maintain safe the driver inspection reports with the intermodule equipment provided with the required in 39611 this chapter maintain the system inspection of the maintenance record they require within 396.3B3 of this chapter. The equipment intent of the interchange motor carrier periodically inspect the equipment of the interchange required with the 39617 chapter. The facility will which in the intermodule equipment provider make the intermodule equipment available. Interchanger have the procedure the pace of the provided sufficient proper space and the driver to perform pre-trip inspection tender and intermodule equipment. Alright, facilities in which the intermodule equipment providers make intermodule equipment available. The interchange to develop the implement procedure the repair equipment the damage deficiencies deficiencies and identified part of the pre-trip inspection play for the equipment prior to the driver's departure. Repairs of the replacement must be made after being notified with such driver the defects and deficiencies. Refrain in placing intermodule equipment in service of the public highway if the equipment has been found to pose an imminent hazard as found in 38672B3 of this chapter. Alright, 39042. What are the responsibilities of the driver of the motor carrier for the operating intermodule equipment? Before operating intermodule equipment, the driver of the accepting of the equipment must inspect the equipment components listed in 392.7B with the subchapter satisfied with the good working order. Driver and motor carrier transportation intermodule equipment that provide support report with the intermodule equipment that provide with the designated agent knowing the damage, defect, deficiency of the intermodule equipment at the time of the equipment to determine the provider with the provider designated with the agent of the report is included at the minimum item 39611B1 of this chapter. 39044. What are the procedures for the correct for the safety record of the motor carrier of the intermodule equipment? The intermodule equipment provided its agent electronically file questions and concerns and for about federal safety data reference for the reference to the provider includes a safety violation alleging the components, parts, accessory of the intermodule chassis trailers 392.7B with the chapter with not good working order with the inspect the roadside intermodule equipment. Provider shall not be held with a reasonable such violation because of the motor carrier indicated pursuant to 392.7B with the components of the part with the accessory, no safety defects, time pre-trip inspection. Motor carrier, its agent with electronically filed question concerned with the federal state with the reference motor carrier with include the safety violations alleging the components part of the accessory intermodule chassis trailers except as those listed in 392.7B with the chapter will be in good working order with the inspect the roadside. The such violation will not be with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration safety fitness determination of the motor carrier unless it's evidence of the driver motor carrier cover the substantial contributed to the violation because of the driver could not be readily detected the violation during the pre-trip inspection performed in accordance with 392.7B. An intermodule equipment provider and its agent may request the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration investigate the motor carrier believed within non-compliant with the responsibility title under Title 49 U.S. Code 311 and 51 implementing regulations subchapter regardless of the interchange of the intermodule equipment and contacting the appropriate Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration field office. A motor carrier with its agents request the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration investigating intermodule equipment to provide with the belief of the non-compliant with the responsibility under Title 49 U.S. Code 31151 and implementing a regulation of the subchapter regarding the interchange of the intermodule equipment to contact the appropriate Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration field office. Or 39046 of the state local laws, regulation, inspection, repair, and maintenance for the intermodule equipment that can be preempted with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulation. General provided with the Title 49, 31151, and A, D with the regulation order of the other equipment, state and political subdivision, state, tribal organization relating to the inspection, repair, maintenance, intermodule equipment, preempted the such law of the regulation order, other requirement exemption inconsistent with the requirement imposed with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations. Are pre-existing system state requirements of the in general the pursuant Title 49 U.S. Code 31151E with the unless otherwise provided in paragraph B with this section, B2 of this section, the requirement of the periodic inspection of intermanual chassis air module equipment provided with an effect for January 1st, 2005 shall remain in effect until June 17, 2009. Non-preemption determination general pursuant Title 49 U.S. Code 31151E2 notwithstanding the paragraph A of the section state requirement described in paragraph B1 of the section not preempted with the administrator determines that the state requirement is effective as Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration does not unduly burden itself interstate commerce. The application required paragraph B2(1) section apply with the state requirements only with the state that apply with the administrator determines with the respective requirement before effective date of the final rule of June 17, 2009. Administrator will make a determination with respect to such application within 6 months after the date on which the administrator received the application amended state requirements. If this state amended the regulation of the previously recorded with the non-preemption determination from the administrator of the paragraph B2(1). The section must apply with the determination preemption of the amendment of the regulation. The amendment of the state with the requirement of the preemptive the under the subsection because of the determination of the administrator may take it in effect unless the submitted with the agency before effective of the day. Amendment administrator determines of the amendment that would not cover the state requirement if less effective the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration final rule requirements of intermodule equipment. Providers motor carrier drivers operating intermodule equipment that would not unduly burdensome interstate commerce. Alright, subpart D, National Register of Certified Examiners.